96 in reverse.
It is 96 in reverse, and you can have the worst of my drink, and we can switch places. Now we are in reverse.
Hello and welcome to 96 and Reverse. I hope everybody has had a great time. And I'm here with our co-hosts. I don't even know how to say it anymore. Hello, Cedric. How you doing, bitch?
Hey y'all.
Michelle, how you doing, girl?
Hello, hello. Doing well.
Nate, how you doing, bitch?
Hey.
Well, I am doing fine. Well, I'm under the weather right now. That's how it feels, but let's see what happens later. Um, so what are we talking about today, yeah?
An interesting movie we encountered. Cedric, you want to take it away?
So we watched an interesting movie that came out back in 2011. One of my best friends, or I guess best friend, he called me a couple of days ago and asked me, "Hey, did you ever watch this movie called the Strange Things About the Johnsons?" And I said, "No, what is it about?" So he told me about the movie. It's located on YouTube. It's free to watch. It's 30 minutes. And the show blew my mind. So I came to you guys and asked y'all to watch it to tell me what you think about the show. So we all watched it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just finished.
I watched it in the past for a counseling course, actually.
Oh, really? You did?
Yep.
And so do you have to
That's
use
why-
that for like a thesis or something?
No, not a thesis. It was just a, hey, here's something extremely screwed up. Good luck.
How would you
This is
handle
recommended.
it?
No, it
Kind
was
of
just
thing?
recommended by the professor. It was my undergrad, so we didn't really dive deep into it. She was just like, here's something to look into if you have time. Which I found weird
Interesting.
because I needed therapy after that thing.
It is definitely something to look into after that.
Definitely.
Yeah. So
So
are we going to the topic?
I mean, so basically, the movie is about, molestation, but it has a twist to it. Well, who's getting molested or what have you. And if you guys want to take a little dive, Peter, Nate,
Yeah.
Michelle.
So it definitely takes a twist to it because it starts with the kid masturbating, and
Wait.
takes a quick twist because go ahead, Nate.
Wait. Just spoilers. Up ahead. If you want to
Yes.
pause the podcast, go watch the movie and then come back.
Yes. It's
We
only
will be
30
there.
minutes.
Yes, it's really good.
Because he starts with masturbating, and when the dad leaves the room, he opens his hand and he's masturbating to a photo of his dad, which is shocking.
It's crazy. And
It.
then they skip 14 years
Mm,
Who wants to
to
talk about the next
the
part?
next scene.
to the wedding, to the son's wedding, and I'm a little rusty on the movie, but from what I remember, uh, the the son forces the dad to go down on him at his own wedding.
Well, before that, he holds his butt. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember.
He reaches
Right.
over. Yeah,
Right.
he reaches over and says, "Thanks for everything, Dad." And then he reaches and cups his dad's butt. And so later
That
on in that scene, the mother goes and look for them because they disappear at this wedding function, at the son's wedding's function. And she wants to go see him and looking for him. And she goes and look in the fence. There's a hole in the fence. And she sees her son going down on her dad.
Wait,
With
the
her
son going down on his dad.
on the son
that's
going
what
down
I
on
saw.
his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Shell.
sorry. I thought it was the other way around.
No.
No, no, no.
The dad was like a zombie. He was like, I can't.
Yeah, they were like kissing, and then the son went and got down.
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
down and he did
He
a
did
full.
things.
What was the
Yeah.
next scene, Shell? I can't remember.
Okay, so after that, there's a wedding. They have, is it? It's not the Happy New Year's party, is it?
Uh-uh.
No.
I think the
They
next
get it all
scene was
jumbled
just
up.
them having dinner at the house and the
Oh, in
mother
the
and father.
beer.
Uh-huh.
The beer. There's
Mm-hmm.
something about the son. He's
Oh,
very condescending towards. I mean, I think
mm-hmm.
it's like a what's that thing called? It's almost like the Oedipus complex, where except he's a guy, but I think that he's in love with his dad, and he's jealous of his mother for also having a piece of his dad.
Mm-hmm. Because whenever the
So you
dad, yeah, go ahead, Nate.
no, so usually we would call that an Electra
Oh,
complex,
I'm so sorry. Yeah, yeah.
but
Hmm.
Oh, yeah,
because
because
it's a
Oedipus is the
male
mom.
son, yeah,
Yeah,
because it's a son, it doesn't fall into either one.
we don't even know what complex it is. I get those
Yeah.
mixed up.
Yeah, so the mom tells no, the son says to the dad that he brought him beers, if I remember correctly, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know who said to who or what, something about the mom saying that she wanted one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that he told him, "Mom, you can't, dad has to make the decision or something like that."
It was
I think it
weird.
was.
And
Yeah, it's weird.
it's the fact that you go back to this house and the mother knows what's going on at this point, and she still
Mhm.
hasn't said anything.
Hmm.
Which
It's
I'm gonna make a
almost
point at the end of at the end of the movie. Nate.
so it's almost like she's in denial. She
Mm.
completely in denial. And then towards what happens at the end, which we all know now. Um that's when she takes action, but it's too little,
Mm-hmm.
too late.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
Cedric, go
it
ahead.
so every time the son, every time the mother and the father connects and get close and have that romance of a husband and wife, the son gets jealous. So that was at the dinner table.
Hmm.
And then the next scene was New Year's, right? New Year's
Oh,
Should we
party.
say
Yeah.
yeah.
the whole movie at this point?
I mean, we told him
I was
Like,
gonna
spoiler.
say we just won't
think
jump
that
into.
section. I think there's a section that we should leave out, like that they have something to view upon,
Yes,
which is the
bathroom
bathroom
scene.
scene.
The bathroom scene for
Yeah,
sure.
All we're gonna tell you is that the bathroom scene is fucked up. Period.
yeah,
The bathroom scene
Yep.
is
yeah,
like the highlight of the show.
yeah.
It's bad.
I
That
think s- we'll pass the bathroom scene, and that creates a book. I
Yes.
remember now,
It's called The
and
Cocoon.
yeah, and he was gonna show it to somebody, um, and he put it somewhere, and the son discovered the book,
Do
and
you do you guys remember a part of the book when he was writing it? There was a part he was typing that he said something about I must release this harm that I did on this harm that was done on my flesh or something like that, and then he
mhm.
said uh I have to release my guilt, or we have to release our guilt, something like that, where it sounded like however it started, it sounded like the dad started it, and the
Mm.
son just continued it. Because now if we skip to the end of the movie, remember when the mother came in and was like, something happened on this night.
Prom night. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, she asked what happened. Did it started in 10th grade or
prom night. And then she said,
something?
no,
Prom
it
night.
happened before that. It happened before that.
My thing is, why was he masturbating to the picture of his
of his
dad
dad.
I think it started with
in
the
the first
son.
place?
I think
I
I
think
think
it
the
started
dad.
with the son.
I think it started with the dad. I
Maybe
think that
something like early childhood, like very early childhood.
I think the dad did
But
something
this is fascinating to dive into and just like have theories.
because the part that I felt that it was the dad. Everybody was that young person, um, and somebody kissed you or touched you or something like that, you kind of looked at them differently. You Googled eyed them. You was
Mm,
infatuated with them, and then your first person that you had sex with, you gave your body, you gave a piece of yourself to them, and now you're attached to them, and you look at them
Hmm.
differently. So the part where they was at the photo thing, the photography booth, or getting their picture taken as a family, and he couldn't stop looking at his
Kept looking at
dad.
his dad.
I feel like his dad took his innocence and he couldn't stop looking at his dad because now his dad is his boyfriend. Hey, I gave my body to this guy. And so that's why the dad was looking uncomfortable. Remember, the dad was like, uh, you know, he touched him. I think he
okay.
touched him. Does that make sense?
What about the section where I did, this section threw me off, and it was the section where he put his dad's clothes on.
Oh, that was at the end because his dad
Hmm.
had died. And so he wanted to, like, still feel his dad. That the end of the movie was really big to me. It was so many different symbolism in there. The boy wearing his dad's clothes, the boy dying, getting killed in his dad clothes.
His mom killing
This
him.
mother kills him in his dad's clothes. You see how big that is?
Hmm.
It's like
Mm-hmm.
she's killing both of them off. And I feel like she's killing both of them off because she is the one that could have stopped it. But instead, when she heard all the commotion and everything going up, she just turned the volume up on the TV. So I
Mhm.
I think she feels like she became the monster because she allowed what was happening between her son and her son and her husband. And so that's when she's, like you said, Peter, she snapped. She was like, "It's this is my fault. I could have stopped this." And that's when she was like, "When did this start?" That's why she was so strong and straightforward. She's like, I'm the mother." And she was like, "When did this start?" And he was like, "What are you talking about?" And she was like, "Don't play with me." And he was like, "You better shut your
Mhm.
mouth." And she said, we ain't playing that. And she slapped him. Pow! He's like, "Don't slap me again." She's like, pow! Slapped him again. And that's when he came out and he was like, "You dirty bitch." And that's when they started fighting. And she was like, "I got to kill this Negro. He got to die." That scene was so big.
The big
Mm-hmm.
scene was to me when the dad got um hit in the car, and he told his mom something about, you need to call somebody.
He's
I was
he's
like, what the
yeah.
hell?
He said, "Don't touch him. Don't call the ambulance, bitch."
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Or she said, "Don't touch him, bitch. Call the ambulance," or something. I was like, how do you
It was something like that. Yeah.
how do you I couldn't dare, and I expect my mama to beat my ass
Hmm.
if I ever said anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm getting the feeling that he probably doesn't really like women. So
But what
that's
I,
yeah.
But why marry then at that point?
Because
he
it's
was
a front.
Exactly.
married.
It's a front for his closeted, gay, being gay. And also part of incestual relationship.
Do you think he
Yeah.
was abusive to her?
He
I don't
probably
think
would have.
so.
I think
I
I think if it given enough time he would be.
I think
Yeah.
he was
Mm-hmm.
abusive to her because the scene when he made the excuse to stay at the parents' house because he broke
When he
the
punched
glass.
the
He punched the
glass.
glass
Oh yeah,
and
he
he
punched the
told her,
glass, yeah.
yeah, and he was like, "Go home. I'll take care of this." And he was kind of like
Yeah.
firm. And she was like,
Yeah.
"What? Okay." but you purposely made the mess.
Mm-hmm.
Was
See, her
weird.
reaction is why I don't think he was abusive to her. But given some time, probably.
Yeah,
Most likely.
I think he had a mask on, and I think at some point it would have slipped. You know, it's just
Mm-hmm.
a
I
matter of
think.
time. I don't think if, just when. Yeah.
I think it was. If it hadn't already started, I think that was the beginning of it for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what I actually thought was going to happen when he put on the father's clothes? I thought, in my mind, an interesting twist would have been if his wife came in and said, "I'm pregnant," you know, and then it would have
Oh.
continued. Because usually, I've seen a lot of documentaries, and it doesn't always happen this way, but if he was grown up and that's the type of love that he was shown, and that's how he associates love, that sometimes they can perpetuate that love to
Mm-hmm.
their, you know, future generations.
And that's called generational trauma.
Yes.
Generational trauma, and trust, and a curse.
We're
Yeah.
learning a lot today.
Yes, we
Sorry, I'm
are.
over here with my therapist goggles.
No, it's fine.
I pulled up the screen where the dad was typing, and the only thing that I was able to see, and they didn't show much of it, it just said, "Almost tore my mouth. What might I have done? Sent him to his room, grounded him. To condemn my son, I must first condemn myself. And of the
Yes.
crimes perpetuated against my body, we are
Yeah.
both guilty."
Yes. That's it right
I'm like,
there.
what did
So
his son do to his mouth, though? Like, what do you mean tore his mouth? Like the sexual way, or like the punching him, or what?
tore your mouth. I mean, was he mouth
He said
fucking him or
almost.
something?
That's the thing. He said almost tore my mouth, and it seemed like the dad was, yeah, he was putting a lot of guilt on himself. I mean, does he mean like he should have stopped him because he probably could have physically overpowered him when his son was younger? Or because the interesting thing is, a lot of people think that it's parents. You know, it starts off as parents being the abuser, but then this
Right.
is the interesting twist that the children
Mm-hmm.
can turn around
It's
and
the
do that too.
child. Yeah. This is the
Because parents get
twist.
old, you know,
Mm-hmm.
they get physically weak, and kids get stronger, and they could do things like this. Yeah.
Michelle, I want to hear your input on the end of the movie. What did that what symbolism did that represent for you, or how did you feel about the end of the movie?
It's just a sham of a marriage and a sham of like family. Like, you just never know. Like, the strange thing about the Johnsons, you never know what's going on. Where how I agree, like the mother and the mom and the wife, not the wife as in the young kid, but the mother, she knew, you know, and then she chose to. It was more convenient. I feel like it was more convenient for her to live that sort of narrative of not knowing, you know, and not doing anything about it. And at some point, it just got to the point where it's like, oh, if I just look the other way, it'll be okay. But then it got to the point where her son was physically in her face, and it's either do or die. And then that's when she finally chose her life, you know, instead of putting everyone else in front of her. Yeah.
Mm.
I'm just glad that the son died. You know,
I'm
I
glad
think
the
he
son died
deserved
too.
it. I'm like,
Yeah,
the
he was a bad
disrespect. You know.
seed across the board. Like, he didn't have respect for his daughter. He for and he and the part of the scene in the hallway in that foyer area before he ran out the door,
Hmm.
before the father ran out the door, um, how his son talked about being in love with him and everything, but this is what love looked like to you. You are a monster. And he used
Mm-hmm.
narcissism on him. Like, you're gonna write this book and you're gonna write me as a this person. You know, we both had the pleasures, and there might be some truth to that. But at this moment, la boy, you are the monster.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then it's so sick to tell. It's sickening how he thought his dad was his actual lover.
Hmm.
I love you. I'm in love with you. I can do more things than that cold bitch upstairs
I
in that
remember
loveless
that line.
bed.
Yes.
Who says that? It's crazy. Good show
It
though.
is a tough movie to watch, but I can tell you this: one of the things is that you can get an affiliate link from this movie. So I'm just gonna push it to Michelle and talk
What?
about our affiliate links.
What affiliate link of this movie did we just talk
I'm trying to put
He's good
what is
at
it?
about?
segues.
The
He's very good
Yeah.
segue.
at segues.
Please go to purefarmers.app and then you can get some peptides for your weight loss research. And the code is 96 in reverse. 96 is in the number 9, 6 INREVERSE. Yep.
Now that we have
Awesome.
segue out
Yeah.
of that,
Go watch the movie, everybody.
Yes,
yes,
please
I
do.
hope you
Yes.
enjoy that,
Hmm.
and that together.
So
So,
today I was at a men's
ooh.
encounter,
Uh-huh.
and
Yes.
it was a church function. This is to our listeners because the team already knows about this conversation. And
Mhm.
Yes.
we weren't going to do the show today because there was a lot going on and
Too much.
too much. And Peter
That's me.
thought I was at a men's encounter. Tell him, Peter, what you thought.
I thought you were at a booty call. Let's just say it like that. Why are you trying to say a man encounter? I thought you were at a booty call.
Yeah,
Booty
I thought it
call.
was a nice way of saying that. That's what I thought. I was like,
Yeah, me
oh,
too.
like maybe
A
it's like
man
an
Yeah.
extended booty call, you know?
No, a men's
Lunch and
encounter
I
at
dinner.
thought,
church.
I'll be honest, what I thought it
Oh
was
God.
like an early day orgy, is what I was
No.
thinking.
Or like speed dating or something. Like,
Oh
Yeah.
Lord.
I
I
thought,
was
you know what
no.
I thought it was? You guys are going to laugh when you hear this. You see these pieces of wood?
Yep.
I seen a
no.
video
Oh, okay.
where they put the people in the wood and they put the booty
Oh.
out, and then you just have sex and you move on to the next person.
Oh my
And
Oh,
I was
yes.
like, oh my God, Cedric is at one of those.
Oh, like
No,
he's at a glory hole
no,
event, just
Yes.
encountering different and then maximizing
no.
the experiences within the limited amount of time.
That's crazy. Men's Encounter is a space for God and people that want to be closer to God. So we spend the whole day, which is it goes from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. But I left a little early, but it's just an enlightenment on um, expressing yourself and laying some things out and having a direction in where you want to go in life and having the spirit
Hmm.
to do so and whatever you need to have in your life to guide you in those directions. And it was really good. They fed us lunch and dinner, and we did
That's a
some
good one.
prayer. We did some conversations. Yeah, I was at a men's encounter here in Orlando. It was really nice. It was fun. But no, I was
See,
not having sex.
we usually call those faith-based, what's it called? It's on the tip of my tongue. Faith-based workshops.
Mm-hmm. Faith-based
That's
workshops,
what
yeah.
Yeah, so when you said a men's encounter, I was like, this early?
Oh.
I was like, it's not demon time yet. What are we doing?
That's too funny. No, girl. Mm-mm.
Wait,
Not on
what is
hallowed ground.
demon time? What's happening during
Demon
demon
time.
time? I
Girl,
don't
you
know
don't know
what
what demon time
what's
is?
what is demon
No,
time?
what is demon
Whenever
time?
What are
whenever
demons?
you get the demon emoji text to you, the purple
Yep.
demon emoji
Mm-hmm.
with the smiley
What?
It's
face,
demon time. It's
that
I've
means,
demon
girl,
seen
time.
that,
it's
but I've
time.
never.
That means it's time to put your legs behind your ears, honey.
Yep.
I didn't know about that. Wow.
Yes. Yep.
I'm gonna look this up. Demon time.
Demon time. I mean,
Learn.
you finna get fucked.
Okay, somebody said it's any time past 11 p.m. Okay, it
Mm-hmm.
says when the fuck boys come out to play. people's
Yep.
people's feelings are not taken into account. An individual may start saying some out of pocket shit.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Demon time.
I
It's that
see.
time when you get a text message just like, "Hey, you up?"
You up?
That's a booty
Demon.
call message, isn't that?
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, you
That's
up?
demon
yeah.
Demon
time.
emoji. Yeah.
I
Oh.
really thought, I really thought that Cedric was getting some booty call.
No.
And then when he started the conversation, he said, I want to let you know that I had the best time today. And then he said, at the man's encounter, and I had to get all this stuff from me off. And I was
Yeah, you said
Oh
out
my
of my
god.
body.
okay.
Yeah, you said out of my body all these things I've been dealing with and get it all out of me. And I'm like, why
I
did
was
you get
like,
out of
Oh
the
I was like, what
context of
is he
everything?
doing? I was like, what is he doing?
That's funny.
See, I was not present for that part.
Uh,
Jesus.
Speaking of Peter, I need to pick your bone again. So Mr. Peter thinks because I'm single and I can mingle to what I want to. He don't think I could be committed in a relationship.
Yes. So we had a conversation the other day. Here we go. Let's hit it hard. Ooh, this is gonna be a doozy back and forth. So y'all be ready. I love
Okay.
Cedric, just to let you guys know.
I
Yes, I
didn't bring
love Peter.
popcorn for this.
Yes, I
But
need to
I
stop by
think
to
he's a
read
fucking
him.
whore.
And I am, bitch.
I
I
think he's a
am.
fucking whore. Every
I
time I
sure
speak
do.
to him, I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I just had the wonderful experience."
And I
Ah.
did.
So I told him, I asked him,
Michelle
I
brought out
asked
the
him,
snacks.
look at Michelle. Michelle just opened some chips for the viewers. She is eating some chips.
There you go.
Ruffles.
She's eating my chips.
Oop.
Listen, y'all,
Oops.
to the viewers, today I have had fun. We went to a festival this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I have I almost wanted to cancel 96 on reverse. I have had my emotions. I've been vulnerable today. I have had arguments with the wife today. I have had arguments with Cedric today. Our guest speaker I canceled today. I am going to say sorry to everybody. You know, I was up in my emotions today, and I think it is fine to be in your emotions, but it's also fine for you to say sorry. So I'm going to say
It's
sorry to the viewers or to the listeners and to everybody that is here in the podcast too. Because I have been on a roller coaster today, and I did take my meds just in case. Um, but I had a great time at the festival that we went to. We spoke to some great people over there. It was a bee festival. Michelle is showing all the little stuff that I bought. I bought a
Yes.
whole bunch of honey with different flavors.
Mm.
Um,
ooh.
so
Mm.
they have like the
Nice.
apple, they have like
Oh wow.
cherry
You got
honey, and
peach
they're like
pina colada.
sticks, pina colada,
Wow.
and
Send
they
it.
have Natasha says send it. I bought some in Amazon. They don't taste the fucking same. Just
No.
to let you guys know, these are from real local honey people. But
Mm.
saying everything that I said, me and Cedric had a conversation the other day, and I basically told him, "Bitch, do you think you can be with somebody because I feel like every time we speak, you're with somebody else?"
And I
And
am.
and but I still feel like, how can you be with somebody else and be faithful to somebody? Like, won't you miss that later down the line?
No,
Like,
see you mixing it all up. Am I in a
okay,
am I in a relationship right now?
no.
So the question is, am I able to jump from dick to dick to dick if I wanted to?
I mean, it's up to you, whatever you want to do.
Then why are we having this damn conversation?
I'm just saying. I'm like, I I don't know. Like, my thing is, don't you think that because you're moving so fast, you're not slowing down to find the proper person
Look, Peter, I'm single and
and ready to mingle?
I can mingle
I understand.
wherever I want. but I am. You should know this. I'm a very, very loving, very trusting person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I do have a high sex drive. I do like having sex, but if I'm in a relationship, I get it from my partner, and if I can get it from my partner, I have a dildo that I will be using.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You're gonna
but
be using toys?
oh, I use toys. Yeah, girl.
I thought you
Wait,
didn't.
this is the person that said,
What?
"Hold up,
Oh,
hold
For
up."
oh,
real?
This is the
oh,
person that
what?
said
No, no.
the other day that he was like, "No toys, no toys, no
No
toys."
toys, no toys, no toys. I hate toys. But if I'm in a relationship and my man can't give it to me, I'm gonna have to use that toy. That's why it's in the drawer. It's never really been used because I'm not in a relationship because I can
Oh,
call
okay.
somebody to come over. Um, but yeah,
Okay,
I'll bust
okay,
that thing
okay.
out. My man say he tired. Hey, cause and that's another thing. Communication and being upfront. I tell people up front.
Mhm,
I have a high sex drive, and if you can't get me off, I like you and I want to be with you. I'm gonna go in another room, bathroom, and do what I need to do, and call it a day. It's not sex. We put so much weight on sex. It's stupid. Cause all you
Mm.
need, all men, all everybody needs is just a bus.
Mhm.
However you gonna get your bus. Now sometimes you say, "Hey, I need to bus with somebody. Somebody need to, help me out. You know, I need
mhm.
to, I need to clench my legs and push the head down with my feet."
Ooh, now that you said that, let's open that to another topic. Can you get bust from different things, from people talking to you and stuff like
Oh,
that?
can you climax by saying different things?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it depends on the mood. Like, I have somebody that kind of give me that daddy vibe. That like, this is what you wanted. Mm-hmm. You came over here for that. You want me to come over here. This, like stuff like that. When people talk like that during sex, that
Mm-hmm.
drives me crazy. Oh.
Mhm.
You're not seeing
Cedric,
Cedric, but
come back.
his eyes
Come back.
are
Oh.
up there right now. His lights turned on and they were red
Something's
all
going
of a
on.
sudden.
Everything's going
Oh no.
crazy.
He even disappeared for a second.
Yes. I'm like, what happened? But yes, it's just that kind of stuff turns me on, and that will get me to go pew, real quick because it's just a daddy moment.
Ooh, wait, are we going back to the movie now
Not
for a
not like the
second?
movie
No,
daddy
no,
moment.
no, no,
Not that
No,
kind of daddy.
no,
more.
not that kind of daddy moment. Ew, that's disgusting. I'm gonna go
No.
rape my father because I want his penis out of the 8 billion men on this earth. I chose my father. I'm gonna choose.
That's
I
so.
this is
Ugh.
this is how I hear it. This is how I see it. I miss the nutsack so much that I need to go and put my mouth in and be a part of it again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
you wanted the
the
original
son
stuff.
came out of the
Yeah.
seed. The son came out of his seed, out of his penis,
Yep.
into the mother and grew. So I'm just like, okay, the son
Mhm.
just want to go back in, and he just want to, that's crazy. But Peter, going back to you thinking I'm
Yes.
a hoe, I can't believe you don't think I can be in a committed relationship.
Huh?
I can't believe that you think that I can't be in a committed relationship.
I don't. It's not that I don't believe. I seen you being in a committed relationship. I
Mm.
just believe that you need to slow down to find the person that you want. Because I feel like sometimes you're going 100 miles per hour, and I feel like you won't be able to find the person that you're looking for or that you want. That we have had conversations by having, all these guys, around that they might not be the one just because they want a booty call. Like, what is it they say? Where you hang around is where you find the kind of people or something like that. Like if
You
you go
are
to
the
the
company
club,
that you keep.
yeah. So like if you go to the club, you know that you're gonna find a club person. If you go to church, you're gonna find a church person. That's like, damn, I just put two and two like really far from each other. But So like if you keep hanging around people who just want booty call, that's I believe that's where you're gonna find somebody who's gonna give you a booty call and then just gonna continue moving on. And what you're looking for at the end of the day is true love. So you tell me, am I going in the right direction? Am I not?
I have a question for Cedric. Are you
Yes, ma'am.
searching?
No, I don't want to search anymore. I searched and I got hurt. Um,
Okay, so
Ooh, I
in
have something to say about that. Keep going.
in my opinion, if you want to be a hoe, honey, be a hoe.
I'm enjoying myself. Peter, that was a
Mm-hmm.
mouthful that you said. Peter, you
Mm-hmm.
said that. You put that in my heart. And that's where I'm at in my life. I'm in that space of I need different company. Oh, Peter, you said it right. Oh, sorry, that just hit me. Oh my God. Um,
That's why you were at
wow.
church today.
Yeah, that's why I was at church today. Yeah, Peter. I didn't think he was gonna come. Y'all, I thought I was gonna slap Peter with the truth, baby. He just slapped me with the truth. I can't even come back. It's the truth. Wow. Um, and that's where I'm at. I'm trying to change the people around me. That's why we started 96 in reverse. I said this again in a previous podcast, and um, the men that just wanted to come over and have sex and just leave or use me for what I have, those people are gone. And I'm just really trying to stay
Mhm.
away from those people and turn, because obviously I'm either gravitated towards narcissistic people that don't have shit, or they're gravitated towards the light that I'm, ejecting.
Let me uh,
I think it's the latter.
let me say this, right? Um, let me think about how to say this. Um, I believe, and I saw this also. I believe that people sometimes affiliate things, and I'll give you an example, right? Love.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's a lady who I saw on Instagram who she had all this love and she was giving it to her dogs,
Mm.
and they said to her that one of her dogs is going to die soon, and she decided to take off work and just go on a road trip and enjoy life with her dog. The dog ended up living longer than what the doctors expected and is still alive, which is funny. So she went to this seminar thing, and the guy was talking to her, and he said, you have all this love that you can be giving to other people, but instead, because you were hurt once, or you were hurt twice, or three times, or four times, instead of picking up yourself and moving on, what you ended up doing is you end up closing yourself and giving the love to this animal. And then you end up destroying yourself because the animal lives a shorter time than you. And you end up destroying yourself because now that person is no longer there, or this animal is no longer there because you gave all your love to this animal. So it's exactly the same thing that I'm going to put on you, Cedric.
Mm. Mm.
And I'm going to twist this a little bit and it's going to fuck you up. Ready? You have all this love that you can be giving to somebody who deserves it, right? But instead, you're fucking around with all these people
Mm.
that don't deserve you. And in the same way, you're kind of fucking with them back because that's how you feel that you need to retreat them back because they fucked with you. And instead, you can be spending some time finding the person that you really need to love. Instead, you're messing around with people and you're kind of starting the same cycle that they did to you, but in reverse. So I think my opinion is that you need to slow down for you to find the true person that really will love Cedric and that Cedric can love back. And sometimes, like that guy did in that we talked about, that never found that person. I think it's sometimes people also look too hard.
Mm-hmm.
And looking too hard makes you a shield. And that shield goes so high that it goes up to the moon. Sometimes you need to lower down your fences. And
Mm.
because somebody treats you wrong or does something wrong to you, you shouldn't block them. You should let them through and have that conversation. And I'll tell you this from my personal life, I'm not perfect. Me and my wife argue all the time. Today was one of them. I'm not perfect. I hope that she gets to understand me and doesn't get tired of me. I'm a faulty person. And you're going to find thousands of those out there. But it doesn't mean that they should break you.
Mm.
You have your wall. You need to know up to how high you need to stand that wall. And you need to let that person through a little bit. Like that, you can meet in the middle. Because sometimes that person might not understand you, might not read you. And I feel like right now you're like, it's just my time. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want, and everybody else can go to hell. And that's where you're crashing.
Mm.
That's where I think that you are. Now, I could be totally wrong. And you can enjoy the rest of your life having sex with people and all that stuff. But then, who's going to remember Cedric tomorrow?
Mm.
That's my opinion.
All right, 96 in reverse. We're done. Have a good night. Peter, thank you. It's so funny though. So the men encounter that I went to, we talked about fences, letting
Oh,
down,
that's so funny.
holding a fence. That's why I rolled my eyes. Did you see me earlier? I was like, oh my god, he hit the head on the nail again. Um, you know, I looked for love in those booty calls. I thought love came from having the booty calls. I thought when I shared my body with somebody, we were building a relationship. And that was based on me being raped for years as a kid, growing up into a young adult. I thought that's what it looked like. Now, am I doing that today? No, I'm 39 years old. I am perfectly straight and know why I'm going out there and having sex with the people that I have sex with, because I'm enjoying my life, I'm enjoying my time, so on and so forth. I I came into a turnabout in my life when I found that giving my body wasn't enough. Then I was giving my body and my love, the things I could do for you, or showing you that I was interested. Being there, spending my last dollar on you, doing those things.
Yeah, money.
Um, yeah,
Hmm.
I did all of that, and that wasn't enough. So I went to the next step, and I was like, all right, well, now I have a home. I haven't been to your house, but you can come here. Here's a code. Maybe this will be enough. They can see they can be comfortable. I know they don't have anything going on, and maybe they can see this as a reset, and we can build together. That'll be enough. That wasn't enough, and that's when I broke, because I was giving too much of myself to people that didn't deserve me, emptying
Hmm.
myself out over and over again, continuously. And that shit burnt me, y'all, this year. Last year, this year. It's crazy how people that can come in your house and see you do things for them, and they literally look at you and be like, they literally will say to you, you're not doing anything for me unless you are bonding me out of jail. You know, as you're cooking dinner for them and doing all these other things for them on your dollar, not on theirs, on yours. So it's just I love it. I love it. I love this process. It hurts. It's painful. And I love it because it's teaching me a fucking lesson. Like this podcast, I keep saying this again, it wouldn't be birth if I wasn't going through the pain that I was going through. Because listeners, you have to take your pain and convert it into some type of energy instead of laying in it and taking your own life from it. Convert that pain into something, some of your desires, some of your dreams. If you put that pain into your dreams, you will see things manifest. My braces was a part of my dream. This podcast was a part of my dream. You know, my home was a part of my dream, and I did these things all on my own, not in a relationship. So it can be done. But my opportunity was giving myself to lower level people that didn't deserve me and didn't know how to respect me. I am a fucking gem. I am beautiful. I am whole. I am great. I am powerful. I am strong. I am loving and I am kind. And that's who Cedric was from the beginning. That's who he is now. But you're going to get it differently, you know? But Peter, you said it best, bitch. You slapped me good. You ding-a-ling slapped me.
I didn't even know.
You know what a ding-a-ling slap is, Peter?
No, you're gonna have to teach me. Well, tell me. Don't
Oh
teach me.
boy, boy.
Oh no, please
That's why
don't
I
slap
said.
him with a ding-a-ling.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
wait, no,
I was
no
like, well,
teaching.
I won't do the ding-a-ling slapping because I don't slap with my. But we can put a dildo on Michelle, and she can ding-a-ling slap you, or she can take a ding-a-ling and slap you in the face with it.
I know what it is. I thought it was something else. Now that you put it in my head, I don't want to know.
What did you think a
Jeez.
ding-a-ling was?
I don't know.
And
I
a
thought
slap.
it was like I don't know. I thought it was something completely different. You know, all these words we use on this show means 100 different things. Like the man's encounter today. You know, we
Oh
all thought it
god.
was something
Yeah, we got
completely
that
different,
wrong.
and
Yeah.
obviously we got that one super wrong.
But then that turns then I have to think about how I present myself, because if my close friends think I was
Mm-hmm.
getting fucked, is it because I talk about getting fucked all the time?
Ooh,
It could be, but
yes.
by no means should you not talk about it, but that definitely probably does tie into it. And it is also
But
on me because I didn't Google it. You know, I could have. Everybody has a phone nowadays or can zoom
Yeah.
out or know someone if I could have looked it up, but you know, yeah, my instinctive brain thought it was something sexual. So I
because
I
I'm
will definitely
yeah,
say that's where my brain went. Yeah.
right,
But
because of who I am.
I really
Or
think
who I
though
present.
that you should. I don't know. I don't think it's nobody's business to say, but I think that I don't know how to put it. Like I'm looking, but I'm not looking. You know what I'm saying? And if I
Mm-hmm.
find it, it's mine. I think
Mm-hmm.
that should be something like that. Should be your motto. I'm looking, but I'm not looking. But if I find it, it's mine. You
Mm.
know, because
Mm-hmm.
if you do wanna, jump around, you know, I just I just
I
say just
always
be
I
careful.
always keep myself open to the possibilities. Because sometimes some of the connections, some of the people that I have connected with, it was a really nice bond, but we lived 600 miles away, you know. Um, and those people I still have conversations with, and we
Hmm.
create a friendship and a bond out of that. Um, But Peter, I authentically think, I don't know. I just, I think my job on this earth is to make people smile, make people feel safe, and love people, just to show love, to show God's love, to show Cedric's love, whatever you want to believe in. I think that's my job. Um, and you know, please correct me if I'm wrong. Nate, you have yet to be in my space with me, but when you come around me, Peter and Michelle, you know, do you feel like I'm harming you guys? Do you think I'm a nuisance? You know,
No, I don't.
I would
I'm
never
like, oh,
think that.
here he is again. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
No, I'm
No.
pretty straight up about that stuff. Like if
Yeah.
yeah,
look, there have been
yeah.
people that I don't even know, and I've learned to trust my gut instinct, that intuition, very well. Because there were times where I would brush it off and shit would happen. I'm like, I should have trusted myself. Like, should have trusted
Mm-hmm.
my own perception and intuition better. So there have been times if I just get a feeling about somebody, it's for a damn reason. And if I had gotten
Mm-hmm.
that reason about you, I would have been like, get the fuck out of the house, please.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
a nice way
Yeah.
would be like, that'd be great, but you know, in the future, nah. Like, yeah, I didn't get that.
Yeah, and we told you you're more than welcome to come to our house anytime.
Which I'm coming
so.
back next weekend. Yes.
Yes.
Peter.
And just to add to next week is going to be a very interesting podcast
Yes.
because Cedric is going to be in town,
Yeah.
and our guest person is going to be talking about the 70s, the 80s, the
Decades.
90s, and the 2000s.
Yes.
The
Decades.
different
So-
decades.
Love from
So
another
that's-
time and dating
so
from
yes.
another time.
Yes. I have
So-
so many questions.
Oh,
So I'm
beautiful.
really excited. He was supposed to be here this week, but plans change. And
Things
that's my
happen.
fault. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So I'm
Peter,
really excited. Huh?
Actually, Peter, did plans change or did plans revert back to the original plan?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Cedric
Yeah, 'cause
always
this is
has
the original
something
plan.
This was
Yeah.
the original
something
plan.
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So wait, and then after that we have Nate's guest, right?
Mm-hmm. We had Nate's guest,
Yeah.
but we're
Two guests.
2 guests is after
Uh-huh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
2 guests.
Yeah.
They're a couple.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
And
I'm excited.
I've been friends with them for the past I want to say 12 years now.
Mhm.
wow.
Yeah.
So this is something new that we're going to start doing. If we have a guest, we're going to try to start introducing them to the show like that. You guys, the listeners, can have an idea what is coming up next. So our next show, 70s, 80s, and 90s, and 2000. That's going to be a very interesting show. And I think with that segue, I think we're good for today, are we? Or does anybody want to say anything else?
I think we're good. I think we talked about a lot. This show was not supposed to happen today.
No, it wasn't.
Before this, people were in tears. People was cussing.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. When we were talking about the Johnsons, I was falling to sleep. I was yawning. I was like, oh my God, this show is going to drag me.
Oh, you meant while we were recording.
Yes. I was like, oh my God. Because we just came from a 2-hour drive. It was 2 hours there and 2 hours back. So I'm tired. But I'm hungry now. So it's going to be interesting. But yeah. So we had a great time at the festival. Well, I did. I don't know if everybody else did, but I had a great time at the festival. So
People.
next year we shall all go.
Yes.
So-
Honeybee Festival.
Yes.
I did have something I wanted to add, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Uh,
please.
Fire.
Yeah, I had something on my mind. I will say that I want to give Cedric more credit because I do think that, yes, in the past you were looking for love, you know, by offering up parts of yourself in exchange for love, right?
Mhm.
And I understand what Peter said earlier, but I think you are an adult, you know. I'm sure you are doing things safe, you are vetting things, and that's why I don't want it to come off as judgment to our viewers or even to you, Cedric, because I know that Like I know deep down you know what you're doing. You know, hey, this is a booty call and you know what the expectations are. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not like you're going in there looking for love and stuff. So I just want to give you more agency and credit back that I do know, like you know what you're doing. Like you got
Mm-hmm.
it, you know.
Thank you for
And
saying that,
it's and
Michelle.
if you want to go and have sex with people, you're not in a relationship. You do damn well whatever you please,
Right,
you
right.
know.
I
Yep.
agree. I agree.
But and
That's
Um,
historically, you have been a good, from what I can hear, I've heard you've been good in relationships. And I'm
mm-hmm.
sure when you are in one, you know, you'll bring that energy back. But you can definitely, you have choices, you know,
Right,
and you can definitely do whatever you want to do. And it's okay to go and have sex with other people. There's nothing wrong with
right,
that.
right.
Just because as long as you're aware with it, and I know you're definitely aware, it's nothing going over your head.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I said, it's still changing. I'm getting to the point where I want to have sex with you after we sit down and we have a conversation. Can I connect with you over a conversation? That's where I'm at now. And if I can't connect
Mm.
with
okay.
you, no coochie.
Yeah.
No. You can't simply conversate with me. I'm asking too much questions. That I can't unlock that. The coochie can't
Yeah.
unlock. The pussy can't unlock what with what? What key did you
Yes.
give me?
and
Always
and
on your terms.
and
Yes.
that's why I
Yes.
set that firewall. You set that firewall. Don't set it
Mm-hmm.
too high, but set it high enough where you know where your boundaries are.
That's right.
Cedric Scott.
So
Big dog.
yeah, I do,
You got it.
and I still falter here and there, um, and I do want a relationship, and sometimes I do go out of my way. I think you guys experienced it recently, Michelle and Peter, that I
Right.
tried to, at least just kind of throw up a spark, and nothing happened, and that's okay because everybody's on a
Yeah.
different journey. Um, so I'm patient, but I'm trying to find the love in my friends.
Hmm.
I'm that's what softens my heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
When my
Well,
aunt
yeah.
can, my aunt opens the door and she sits with me. My best friend comes over and feeds my cat and brings me breakfast, or I go over to Peter's and Michelle's house, and those that hits me more of a relationship than me just okay, all right, no, I'm over that now. It's done. Sex is great, but I want meaningful sex. I want to ooh and ah because not that you're not because you in me down there. It's because you're making my whole body feel you. You know what I'm saying? Because we had
Hmm.
conversation and connections.
Yeah.
Um, that's where I'm at. That's how I
It
feel.
takes a
I
lot
just
more energy to run a marathon, you know.
Absolutely.
And it's okay to itch your scratch an itch too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I got my black book. I'll be like, uh,
I look, in some ways, like I said, I don't have a black book. In some ways, a part of me envies that. You know, is the
hmm.
curiosity. It's like, man, I wonder what that's like. You know. So, but yeah, I'll
Yeah.
just live vicariously through other people from afar.
Well, I'll give you the stories, girl. I'll give you the stories
Yes.
on the
I just
next
I,
wanted to
episode.
add. Wait, I just wanted to add that even though I'm demisexual and there's no judgment from my part either, if you want to be a hoe, go for it. Cause like Michelle said, it's your damn life. You know?
Ho,
Hmm.
does anybody know what HO stands for? HOE?
no, tell us.
I was gonna say
Happiness
which hoe.
over everything.
Um,
Oh, I did not know that.
There
my
you go.
farmer ass started thinking about
Hoes.
bitch,
Like
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 like the hoe,
like
like you gotta
hoes.
look
No, no,
when we're
no.
talking about hoe hoes, like for the streets, I spell it HO like a hoe, but I never spelled
Oh
HOE.
Lord.
I thought that was I was like, oh, that's the
The
Home Depot
tool.
tool. Yes.
Oh, also,
Yes.
homework for you guys.
Yes.
Oh
Oh,
I'm gonna
Lord.
no,
do
I'm
that
gonna
now.
send you guys
Oh, okay.
a link of this comedian. called Lunel. I don't know if
Okay.
you guys heard of her, but
Mm-mm.
she is like around 76 or so.
Oh.
And
Mhm.
she's like, I've been a hoe my whole life. Right now, I'm slowing down. It's always with young men and all that stuff. So that's gonna be your homework to just watch that. It's like a 2 minute clip. Super
Okay.
Okay.
hilarious. She's a stand comedian.
Okay.
And again, the conversation. Me and Cedric have a lot of conversations on the side, so it wasn't like a harmful conversation or anything like that.
No,
It was
no.
just I was like, dude, like this and this is happening. Like, where is this coming from? And that's where this conversation. Then he's like, hold up, we're doing this for the show, and that's how
That's
this
how this
ended
was
here.
born. Yep.
I mean, it's good that
Absolutely.
y'all trust each other enough to
Mm-hmm.
be able to do this live, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Good
I
point,
mean
Michelle.
that was the point of the show is to talk about things raw.
Mm.
Yeah.
Remember what you
So
said.
And
Remember what you
difficult
said,
things.
Peter. Remember
yes, I
what you
know,
said, Peter. This is
raw.
recorded.
Yes, raw. So that's basically it.
Mm-hmm.
It is that time. So I said this twice or three times now, but I have some dedicated people here, so
Yes.
let me say that.
Yes.
But Nate, anything else you would like to say?
Love y'all. Like so much.
Wait, us or the audience?
Both, but you
Ooh,
guys more.
Yes.
okay,
We love you too, Nate.
we love you too. Cedric, what you got to say?
Um, Same thing. I am loving the bond that we're creating. We fought before this show. We
Mm-hmm.
were
Sure did.
upset with each other before the show.
Yep.
We had tears coming out of people's eyes. I was cussing people out before the show, and I'm just so grateful that we just have a great relationship, y'all. It's a good bond, and whatever we need to do, communicate through it. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle, what you got to say?
Oh, yeah, I love watching Cedric cuss people out. Because usually we're in sync about things, so.
Yes, ma'am.
By the
Yes,
way, they
ma'am.
cursed me out.
Mm-hmm. Because you was dead
They,
ass.
they definitely cursed me out.
You was dead ass wrong. And Michelle was crying. I said, oh, hell no, hold on.
You know what I think? It shows that at least, what did they say? They said like, a lot of people don't like conflict or fighting, but at least like we care enough that we want to address things right
Right,
away. We don't
right,
just
Yep.
be like,
Mhm.
whatever, you know.
right,
Mm-hmm.
right, right.
Well, you guys know I always have to say something. And this is what I'm going to say. Sometimes your family is not the one you're born with, is the one you create. Ladies and gentlemen, 96 in reverse is over. Bye.
Bye.
96 in reverse.
It is 96 in reverse, and you can have the worst of my drink, and we can switch places. Now we are